we said before the break we were going to come back and talk about steps we can take, action that we can take to put legs on that vision. So help us.
Yes, there's actually, I'm not reinventing the wheel on this. There is a method called making action plans, MAPS. And I actually conducted a number of these with my students when I was in the early 2000s in the classroom again in LA Unified School District. You do, what you're doing is you're holding a dinner with all of the family and the support that are the support for the child. People that love him and care about him, teachers, family, maybe siblings, maybe some friends in the neighborhood. And you usually serve food. It's good because we know, breaking bread is a way to bring everyone together, and everyone loves that.
Yeah.
So you have a dinner first, and then you begin to address some really core issues about the child. And the child is there, which I love. Because we're not talking in an IEP about him and he's in the other room in the classroom.
Right.
I really believe children should sit in on their IEPs if they're, if they're cognitively able to. Because I think they should be part of their lives. And what people are saying about them.
Absolutely.
And if there's something they don't like, they should be able to say, I don't agree with that.
I do.
We need to change a couple of things, the way we do business. So anyway, back to the making action plans. You begin with core questions. You take one of these big white poster boards with adhesive on the back, and you have the markers. And the questions are things like, what does he say? His name is Alex. What is Alex great at? Now, everyone's going to have their own idea about that. So everyone writes on there, Alex is great at riding his bike and he loves to paint. Somebody else is going to come on and put a dot bullet and say, Alex is a really friendly guy. He cares about children in the neighborhood. Alex is a gardener. Then you go to a next question. What is the nightmare for Alex? You're addressing not only the positive, but some of the negatives that we have to work with, right? So that he'll get up in the middle of the night and run out the street, okay? That he's not going to have friends. That he'll never have a friend, he'll never have a job, he'll never fall in love. These are the core elements of what it is to be successful in our life in this country. And those are the ones that parents take to bed every night.
Oh, yes.
He's not going to have a friend. He's not going to have a job. What's going to happen when I'm not here anymore? So you go around, and making action plans you can actually Google, and you can see all of the questions. There's 10 questions. And the child even has a say in it. He puts his things if he's able to, right? Or if he's not able to write, then somebody says, what do you love? What do you think you do great? Oh, I'm a good person and I'm a great student. Okay, then you write exactly what he said. Don't change it. Empower him by writing exactly what he said there. Then we go through it all, and everyone that's there and the child are looking at it. So you're seeing where the deficits are as a group. So you're no longer splintering off to talk about Alex and figure out what Alex should be doing. You're all sitting there. And you're asking Alex too, well, what do you think about maybe taking an art class? Now, I had a child who there was a split in the family. The grandfather wanted him to be a football player. So he would take him every day over to Hollywood High and sit him on the benches while the football team was practicing. He didn't give a hoot about football. Couldn't care less, didn't want to go, sat there like this. He wanted to take acting classes. So what are we saying when we don't allow the child to be empowered by what it is that drives him? Come on, you go every day and you have to sit and watch football players. For me, no thanks. I can't even watch it on TV when it's pro ball. Can you imagine? And it was because, maybe we're going to one day it's going to click. It's not. And it's the same way that we work with our children often. Well, one day he's going to want to be a businessman. One day he's going to, no. We pretty much know what we're going to be when we're little. Things change, but we know who we are. The pattern is there of who we are. If we're an artist, we need to be feeding that artist route for these children. There's nothing wrong with children going to theater classes, going to yoga, taking karate. There's so many children I know that are doing karate classes now.
Yeah.
And they're, it helps them to be strong, the gross motor skills, the mind and the body together. It's all good. The painting classes, movement and music. I have the dance class. Bring your kids in. Get that head and body, that mind and body connected. Now, the other piece that goes along with making action plans is when a child transitions to 14, in California and some other states, it's 16 nationally, there is a mandate that we have to include in the IEP an ITP, an individualized transition plan. That means that we are all on the same page in addressing, now what is this child's future looking like?
Yeah.
My point is 14's too late. So we don't want to wait till 14.
So what age would you do this action plan?
About 6, 7, you can start early on. Once they're in a classroom situation and in a school setting, then they understand groups of people coming together to talk. Okay. I think it's a little tough on a pre-K or kinder. They're still understanding when people are together that everybody's not talking to them. But in a first and a second on up, then you're getting, the child has the idea of what happens in a school setting or when people come together. And usually when people come together in a school setting, we're learning something.
Right.
So they know the concept of people being together, and they're talking about me. Oh, even better. Because that doesn't happen very often.
Right.
When is everybody asking then?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
That's why autism movement therapy is built, my method is built on empowering the child. Everything they do is perfect. We don't have to tweak it. If we do 4 movement, 4 sound, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, in a circle, like a morning circle, and everybody does ooh, ooh, ah, ah, exactly what they did, no one steps in and goes, can you change the because their entire life somebody's stepping in and going, could you do it this way?
Right.
It's great, but could you do it this way? They're never empowered. Doesn't matter what they do, it's perfect.
Okay.
And that is an very important, I think, point for teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers and families and parents. Parents are trying to always make the child better. Oh, but if I just tell him this, or if I, let's just up the ante on that. He needs to be empowered for where he is there at that moment.